Hello and welcome to our lesson on simplifying fractions. In this lesson, our main goal is to master the technique of simplifying fractions. Here is what we will cover. We will start by understanding the concept of the highest common factor and how it helps simplify fractions. Next, we will start applying the highest common factor to reduce fractions to their simplest forms. Finally, we will practice with various examples to reinforce our understanding and to see how simplifying fractions can make problem-solving much easier. In our previous lessons, we've built a solid foundation by discussing fractions at an intuitive level. We know what fractions represent and how they are used to denote parts of a whole. We also have a basic understanding of fractions through activities like dividing a pizza or sharing items equally. With this foundation, we can now explore the technique of simplifying fractions. This skill is incredibly useful in mathematics, as it allows us to express fractions in their simplest forms, making them easier to work with. For example, imagine you have the fraction 24 over 60 in a problem. Simplifying it to 2/5 not only makes the fraction easier to understand, but also makes any further calculations simpler and quicker. By learning to simplify fractions, you'll be able to handle more complex problems with ease and confidence. Let's get started. To remind you, a common factor is a number that divides exactly into two or more other numbers. To simplify a fraction, we first need to find a common factor between the numerator, the top number, and the denominator, the bottom number. For example, in the fraction 20 over 60, both can be divided by 10. Step 2 is to divide by the common factor. Once we've identified a common factor, we divide both the numerator and the denominator by this factor. Using our 20 over 60 example, we divide both by their common factor of 10. 20 divided by 10 equals 2. 60 divided by 10 equals 6. So 20 over 60 simplifies to 2 over 6. Step 3 is to repeat the process. After dividing by the common factor, we check if the new numerator and denominator still have any other common factors. In the 2 over 6 example, both 2 and 6 can again be divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. Therefore, 2 over 6 reduces further to a third. We continue this process until no further common factors exist between the numerator and the denominator. At this point, the fraction is fully simplified. In the example above, 1/3 is in its simplest form because no number other than 1 evenly divides both 1 and 3. Next, let's practice with different fractions to solidify our understanding. Now we will simplify 15 over 45. Firstly, we identify common factors. For 15 over 45, the greatest common factor is 15. Step 2, we divide by the common factor. 15 divided by 15 equals 1. 45 divided by 15 equals 3. So 15 over 45 simplifies to a third. For our final example, we will simplify 24 over 36. Again, we start by identifying common factors. For 24 over 36, the greatest common factor is 12. Next, we divide by the common factor. 24 divided by 12 equals 2. 36 divided by 12 equals 3. So 24 over 36 simplifies to 2/3. By following these steps, finding common factors, dividing by these factors, and repeating the process until no common factors remain, you will be able to simplify any fraction efficiently. Simplifying fractions will make it easier to perform further operations and comparisons with fractions. By following these steps, you can simplify any fraction. Notice how identifying the highest common factor is key to reducing fractions efficiently. With practice, this process will become second nature to you. In today's lesson, we focused on the essential skill of simplifying fractions. We began by understanding the concept of common factors and learned how the greatest common divisor, GCD, can help us simplify fractions. We then explored a step-by-step method to find the GCD of the numerator and denominator, applying this knowledge to reduce fractions to their simplest forms. We practiced simplifying fractions by identifying common factors, dividing both the numerator and denominator by these factors, and repeating the process until no further common factors remained. Keep practicing to solidify your understanding, and you will soon become proficient in this valuable mathematical technique. Watch the rest of the GCSE Maths course at Sophos Education.